So in my haste to record all of this video and put it up and all that stuff, I managed to forget to do a big shout out to my competitor, the person that I'm going against, Master Roshi. I will leave a link to his channel in the description below. He's a great guy. As soon as he learns how to mess with thumbnails and stuff, he will have a great YouTube as well. Definitely go check him out. He has really good post comms, and he's in a bunch of leagues, and he's a really good battler. And I mean, he could potentially be the champion of the Indigo League of Legends this season. Also, if any of my talented Team Rocket member friends want to hit me up and get paid to draw me some sort of thing that has to do with my team, like my whole team this year, because win or lose in this championship game, it is a very special team to me, and I really enjoyed using it. So I wanna have something to remember all of the team members by. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy the championship match of the Indigo League of Legends Season 3, Rustboro City Stoners, your Rustboro City Stoners, versus the Aston Villampharos. See ya. What's up, guys? It's Mac from the Rockets Game Corner, and I am back with another video. Today, I have the championship match of the Indigo League of Legends. We made it all the way here, and a couple announcements before we get into this. I'm also going to do a little team preview thing since I didn't do a team builder video. This video probably, in essence, is going to be very long. So bear with me when that goes. But the announcements, first of all, number one, we are guaranteed back. I mean, not guaranteed like we almost weren't, but we're gonna be in season 4 of the Indigo League of Legends as well. We already did our draft. I'm actually really far behind on this video. It probably should have been uploaded like 3 weeks ago, but I just haven't had a time to do it, and I finally got a good time to do it today, so I was like, I'm gonna do it. So we are back in, and there's a ton of new graphics and a ton of new good things that are going to be planned for this next season. I've been working on a lot of them with a fellow league member, the real August. He used to be Blue Shell Blastoise, but he's an awesome guy, really good at GFX. He's taught me a lot, and we're working on a lot of stuff together, and I can guarantee you that next season is going to look it's going to look so good, and also we do have a league channel, Indigo League of Legends, on YouTube, and I'll leave a link to that in the description. We're doing interviews with all of the coaches next season. I interview a lot of people, and the graphics that we made for those interviews look so professional. It looks amazing. I will be interviewed. Zai will get interviewed. I'll probably upload one of those to my channel just to kind of redirect you guys over there. I'll probably upload the one where I interview Zai, but yeah, definitely go check out their YouTube. I'll leave the link in the description. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We're gonna be back in for next year. I'm trying to get into other leagues as well. I've been really motivated as far as YouTube goes lately. I still have, as always, I'm until I get a new computer, I'm forever gonna bitch about this, but I still have my old computer, and so I have things that I can't do that I want to do. There's so much more that I want to do on YouTube, but I can't because of money constraints right now. So that really sucks, but I'm more motivated than ever to push through it and do the best that I can do. But let's look at our team and our opponent's team. The championship, the big one. So much shit has been talked about us, and so that we're just a one-hit wonder, all this stuff, so much like that we're not meant to win. But I told you guys from the beginning of the playoffs that we were going to be champions, and I intend fully to hold up to what I said in my statement earlier. But looking at our team, I'm bringing Choice Specs Keldeo. I am bringing Setup on Me Please Skarmory with no attacking move, and it does have Taunt though, so and it does have enough speed to outspeed Clefable if Clefable speed crept me. So I should be able to taunt that away. That'll be really cool. I have the coolest Arcanine set in the world. I have Fire Spin, Toxic, Iron Head, and Morning Sun Arcanine to basically kill the Clefable. because I know that he will bring in, or that he will be bringing Unaware Clefable, so that my Charizard X doesn't completely destroy his team. So because of that, I was thinking I'd be able to take advantage of the fact that he didn't have Magic Guard. So I'm going to try to Fire Spin him in on a switch, because, you know, I mean, Clefable, he'll want to take whatever an Arcanine would normally have, right? So I'm just going to go for the Fire Spin, and then I'm going to trap him in, and then I'm going to Toxic him, and then I'm going to Iron Head his little punk ass until he dies. We have a really good, in my opinion, a really creative set on Tornadus. We have Hidden Power Rock for the Rotom Heat switch-in, we have Grass Knot for the Blastoise switch-in, and we have Sludge Wave for the Clefable. We do outspeed Rotom Heat, so if we can catch him on the switch-in, it's a 2 KO as well. I calced it to where it's a 2 KO, and we are Assault Vest Regenerator, so Tornadus is going to do some major work hopefully in this battle. We have Charizard X, the normal set. However, this time we are bringing 136 special defense, so that we can live in a Hydro Pump from the Blastoise, and then be able to kill it in a situation where we would need to. And then we are basically bringing our Prankster Heal Beller. Meowstic, it also has Thunder Wave, so that we could Thunder Wave stuff like the Clefables, that in case Arcanine goes down, we can stop that. Mainly, I just don't want to get stalled out by the Clefable and stuff like that. And then I have Screen, and then I just die. It's basically what happens with the Meowstic. So looking at his team, he brought the Sableye, which really scares me. If you look at his team preview, that's got to be Mega Sableye. That's got to be Mega Sableye. I have no real check to Mega Sableye on my team. I actually thought that he would lead it, but at the same time, I thought that there wasn't too much going against me for me to just switch out, so I wanted to lead the Skarmory, and I will end up doing that, but I'm going to go over the rest of his team first before I go into the actual battle. So he also has Mamoswine, which scares me, but not too much. Mamoswine does a lot of work to Tornadus. It does a lot of work to Arcanine with Earthquakes, even though I can hit him back with some decent stuff like Iron Head and Fire Spin and shit like that. But he cannot touch my Skarmory to save his life. He literally cannot touch my Skarmory. So as long as I keep Skarmory like alive, the Mamoswine can't do anything. I have Ditto, or he has Ditto, which scares me because it doesn't allow me to Dragon Dance, which I wasn't really planning on doing anyway because he has the Clefable, but he brought double measures to make sure. He also he brought double measures to make sure that my Charizard X would not be able to Dragon Dance and then win the game. So kudos on him for not allowing me to win that way. And then he has Blastoise, which I assumed would be just a defensive wall to try to check Charizard, and his Rapid Spinner. I assumed that would be the case as well. And then he has Rotom Heat, which he brought the same core pretty much the whole season in Clefable, Rotom Heat, and Blastoise. That's how I predicted it so well with the Tornadus Therian. The one thing that I will say about Roji, he's a great battler, tremendous battler. I don't know if it was his team giving him not a lot to work with or what, but I mean, he made it to the championship, so he's obviously really good, and he potentially won the championship as well. But he brings the same core every single time, so it was kind of easy for me to team plan around. I knew what he would bring, and I just got to pick whatever I wanted to bring. I feel like I brought a variety of things every week, so you never really knew what I was going to come with, and that was a benefit to, or that was a positive towards me on the season, I guess. But yeah, and then he has the Clefable as always, which is Unaware. I'm sure it has Rocks, I'm sure it has Wish, or Moonlight or something, and probably Thunder Wave. He usually carries Thunder Wave on it, but as I said, I want to lead the Skarmory because Skarmory, I really want to set up Rocks. He loves to switch between his three walls, the Blastoise, the Clefable, and the Rotom Heat. He loves to switch between those a lot. So if I can consistently keep Rocks up, and also if I force him to spin, I have Rocky Helmet on my Meowstic and my Skarmory, so I can do damage to him, specifically Skarmory. If he wants to try to spin away my Rocks, I can set up another like layer of rocks, and he basically just sits there taking the Rocky Helmet damage over and over and over again until he decides to hit my Skarmory. So I really liked my matchup once I got Rocks up against him. It hits the Rotom Heat for super effective damage, it hits the Mamoswine, and it just does work overall. But let's just get into this battle and see what happens. Music is off. All right, we good. So I lead Skarmory or Cragley, and he leads Jewel Santana. So basically, I have to switch into Charizard because I think he's Mega, and I think he's gonna either like Will-O-Wisp or Calm Mind or something. But he goes for Trick, and that's even better because now I get my Mega Evolution off. And I'm able to do whatever I want. Mega evolving early is so crucial. I go for Flare Blitz, predicting the Clefable switch, but he goes into Stoicinite, so I now know that's a Mega Blastoise. So I switch into Keldeo, and he doubles into Godahita for some reason, and this is not where he wants to be. If I'm Scarfed, then he kind of dies, and I just go for the Hydro Pump, trying to get the most damage off on whatever wants to come in. And it's an easy 2KO, so he has to switch that out immediately, and he goes into Jewel Santana, who also does not really like this, but he does have Prankster Recover, so there's no point in me really staying in, because if I miss one, I am spexed into it, so I can't really do that much. So I go into Cragley. I know that he's Scarfed or Banded or whatever into Recover, so I can freely get up my rocks, and now I switch into my Arcanine, because I don't want to get hit by this Rotom Heat, whatever it wants to do, Volt Switch or whatever. He just goes for T-Wave. And then he's going to hit me with a Volt Switch on the way out. I try to hit him with a Toxic as he's there, and the Toxic goes straight to the Patcho, which is fine. We do find out right there when it gets hit by rocks that it is not unaware. It is, or that it is unaware, that it's not Magic Guard. So Toxic is going to be very nice. I try to spin him in there and just kill the Clefable right then, and it doesn't hit him, so I know he's gonna switch. So I predict the switch and I go for Toxic on whatever comes in, and it's perfect. It's the Blastoise, but I get paralyzed, and that sucks so bad. I'm not able to get the Toxic off on that, which matters a ton. So I go into Jira predicting the Rapid Spin. He takes the Rocky Helmet, as I said, and now I wanted this opportunity to be able to heal Bell up because I don't want my Arcanine to be paralyzed for the rest of this game. So I go into Jira to do that, and now he has his Patch out, and I'm like, what's the worst you do to my Skarmory? Might as well go in here. He sets up his rocks, and I don't really want to trade rocks with him at this point. I think I just want to defog them, and I think that's what I do. I'm pretty sure that's what I do. I do go ahead and defog those rocks, because I think my team gets hit by him a little bit harder than his does. I'm going to switch into Maddie again, take another Thunder Wave. I could have just sat there and got my rocks up, but I really didn't want to take a Volt Switch or an Overheat at this low of a this early in the game. I don't need to do anything that crazy. So I then go for the Iron Head, predicting the Clefable switch, and freaking Parrot again. So he doubles into Jewel Santana, which is probably a good idea. I think we find out right there that he is Scarfed because he outspeeds my Arcanine naturally. So I think that means he's Scarfed, 90% sure. But I go into Cragley as he goes into Stoicinite, and he finally gets his Mega Evolution up. He didn't Mega Evolve when he Rapid Spin last time. I guess trying to make me think that he wasn't, even though he's sitting there trying to trick me with Sableye. So I don't know, maybe he just misclicked or something. But I go for the Stealth Rock, and he goes for the switch, and so, for the Roar, so I'm switched out. Okay, wait, pause. Okay, we going back. We going last turn. Okay, and then I play, and then I switch, and then, wait, what? Oh yeah, and then he roars me, and now Charizard. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about this play for a second, right? Because this play is huge. This play is one of the most crucial parts of this entire battle, and let me tell you real quick why this is bullshit. So, sigh. So you guys already know what happened by the fact that I'm sitting here sighing, and you saw that I went for Flare Blitz and it didn't kill. So let me explain this whole play. So basically, we have Exhibit here, the Charizard X versus his Mega Blastoise. This is Mega Blastoise versus Mega Charizard. The dream. Everybody wants to see this, the dream. So I know that he knows that I want to go for Dragon Claw and just kill this thing right now, right? So if I go for Dragon Claw, Stoicinite dies. He can't get up rocks. He can't remove rocks for the remainder of the game, which means that he now would have to go into, I don't even know what he'd have to go into, but it doesn't matter. Every time he goes into stuff, it's going to be taking rocks. The Clefable is already toxic. It's going to be taking rocks. The Mamoswine, it's already going to be taking rocks. It might be sashed. I think it's Scarf, but it might be sashed, and it would be taking rocks. The freaking Rotom Heat, every time it Volt Switches, it's got to come back in at some point, and it's going to be taking rocks. It's going to be taking rocks when it comes into the first place, so it's going to get whittled down very quickly. So we have explained why it's so important for him to keep around Stoicinite, correct? So he needs this. So I know that he needs this, right? So I know that he wants to switch in into the Clefable, and he wants to preserve his Blastoise. So I'm like, okay, if I go for Flare Blitz, it has a 68% chance to one-shot the Mega Blastoise. If he goes into Clefable, it has a 70% chance to one-shot his Clefable from where his freaking Clefable is currently at. So I have those on my side. Also, I wanted to make sure so I don't fuck this up, right? So I have 136 special defense EVs. So I also have some HP EVs as well. I could show you my spread right now, but actually I'm just gonna go ahead and do that because I wanna actually figure out what this is. Oh shoot, maybe I lost that replay by doing this, but oh well. You know what? We're gonna go to this and we're gonna find. Where was that team? That team, just because I need this in my, I need to be able to show you this. All right, so Charizard X. Okay, so here we are. So you guys can see this: 252 HP, 92 special defense, right? So I'm careful nature. I'm careful freaking nature. All right, so so yeah. So you guys see that. So let's go back to replays. Can I go back to replay? Watch a battle. Is that where replays are? Where do I go back to? Freaking replays. Can I just press back all the way till I get to my battle again? No! It took me back to this point. Okay, well, I'm gonna pause and I'll be back to that point. I just really needed to be able to show you guys my spread so you understood. One second. Okay, so we back. So you saw how much I have. So I ran calcs with that, right? So if he has Hydro Pump, I have like a 10% chance he has a 10% chance of killing me with Hydro Pump. With Dragon Pulse, he doesn't have a chance to one-shot me. I can live it. Even after the recoil, I'm able to live it, and I'm able to, I should be able to kill him with a Flare Blitz in the first place, right? So, all of that. So I'm like, this is the safest play. If I go for Flare Blitz, I can potentially kill the Clefable. I can kill the Blastoise. Hopefully get the spinner out of the way. But if not, I do a butt ton of damage to Clefable. Maybe kill it after rocks. And then I am sitting here with a Charizard that is in prime condition to sweep the rest of his team. But here's what happened. Basically, here is what happened. So I go for Flare Blitz and I min roll. I don't even just like lose the thing. I min roll and then he crits Dragon Pulse. I min roll so that his Blastoise lives and I crit. So this is really bad. So I'm on super tilt right now. I have to leave actually. I have to go. I have to like leave the room for a second. I'm like that mad. I have to leave the room. I just went out and I was just like we can still do this. We're not going to come all this way to get crit by a fucking Mega Blastoise and lose. Like, there's a ton of Pokemon left to be played. We can still win. Just got to go back in there. Just got to make the best plays every single turn. Like, good Pokemon should beat hacks. If this game is a good game, good Pokemon should beat hacks. Like, if I play the best Pokemon that I can, I should be able to power through some hacks. So, and I've already been fucking para'd twice, and I got crit, and I min rolled, and I'm just, but we can still do this. It's not over yet. I believe. Do you guys believe? Because I believe. So here we go. So I go into Poncha, and as I told you, Poncha has the Hidden Power Rock, it has the Grass Knot, and the Sludge Wave, so I can hit his three major buddies right here pretty hard. So I choose to go for the Hidden Power Rock, predicting the Rotom Heat to come into play, and I knew I could kill him with anything that I chose to anyway, and I crit him, but who cares? It's 3%, he would have died anyway. He doesn't have that much special defense. So Jules Santana comes in, and I don't want to get T-Wave, so I'm going to go back into my normal switch in, which is the Cragly, and he tricks me, and so I'm now banded. Would have been cool if I would have gone into, I don't know, there's not really anything else that would have been better. Cragly was the optimal choice. Here, I choose to go for Taunt on his Sableye now, because I'm only able to lock myself into one move, and he switches into the Skarmory. Well, the Ditto, which turns into Skarmory. So I was like, okay, that works too. Now he has no moves. He can sit there and struggle, or he can switch. So I switched into Pony. He switched into Jules. He takes Rocks. He takes a Hydro Pump. He's down to 35. I know he has to recover. So I go into Jira. I don't have many things for this Sableye now that my Charizard has died. Charizard was the optimal thing for Sableye. Now that Charizard is dead, I don't really know what to do. So he goes for the knockoff, gets rid of my whatever I had, my Rocky Helmet. Takes a little bit of damage. I go for Thunder Wave. He predicts it beautifully and goes into Godahita. So I'm not playing the best Pokemon right now, but I go for Safeguard. That was the 4th move. And now he's not able to T-Wave me, so now I can have free switch into Maddie. I get the Intimidate off, I go into Maddie, and now good things can happen. He goes for Thunderbolt. I go for Fire Spin right here, predicting the Volt Switch into Pacha. He just goes into goes into Pacha, and I hit my Fire Spin. So it's beautiful right now. Good things are happening. Babies are being made. Babies are being made, and I go for the Iron Head, and he doesn't get flinched. He is able to Moonlight up, and so he lives. And then the second turn, he makes a very smart play, and he goes for the Stealth Rocks on my Iron Head, and I'm like, please let me flinch him one time. And the game's like, no, bro, only one side can get all the hacks in this match, only one. So, but I do kill the Pacha. So he's down to 4 Pokemon. I'm at 5. He has Mamoswine. I'm like, we're going in Skarmory because you can't touch me. He literally can't touch me. And at this point, I am banded, so I can't really do multiple moves. But I figured it'd probably be my best, in my best interest to defog, because I'm gonna need to switch a lot in order to ensure that we can hold on to this lead and win this game. So I do go for the defog, and then I switch into my Maddie, and I'm like, whatever, who cares? He Volt switches out, right? And he goes into the Mamoswine, and now I assume this thing is Scarfed. I don't have an Intimidate up on it, and he predicts me to go into the to go into my Skarmory. And I do that. I mean, it's the safest play for me is to go into Skarmory, and I stay in because I'm like, Rocks, I need you, please. This is where babies are being made. Cragley lives with 4% or 4 HP. Oh my god, it's just crazy. And he puts it out, and then Godahita's like, oh, I don't even have to freaking T-Wave you. I can just Thunderbolt you and get the Paralyze. So that's cool too. Maddie is gonna sponge all this up. It's fine. I did switch out Cragley because I wanted to save it later for the Mamoswine, because I figured Mamoswine was Scarfed at this point, and if I can get him to go for Earthquake against Maddie, then I get a free Roost, and that's awesome. So I go for Iron Head, trying to predict the Mamoswine to come in, and I do get it, which is fantastic. So I hit him with the Iron Head. Mamoswine, I guess he didn't expect me to go into Cragley because of how much HP it had left, but I was completely fine at this point with just going into Cragley and roosting so that I can maintain my giant check for the Mamoswine. I think he would have been in a much better situation late game if he would have just gone for the Icicle Spear right there as I switched in there, but I do go for the Heal Bell. I get another opportunity to go into Jira, and I hit him with the Heal Bell, so now we're both down to 4 Pokemon. Full HP Jules Santana versus Maddie, and he's gonna trick me, and he's gonna give me the Rocky Helmet, and he's gonna take the leftovers, which is gonna make this a little more annoying. But I do go for the Toxic, so I'm able to Toxic him. I predicted him to switch again, and I feel like I should have just gone for the Toxic again, but I go for the Fire Spin, which actually works out even fucking better. So now he is a Ditto, and he is bringing dual Scarfers to this game. So that Ditto is a Scarf Ditto, which means he's Scarfed into Toxic, which means he's Fire Spinned, can't do anything but sit there and try to Toxic me. I'm already poisoned, bruh. You can't do anything to me. I'm already poisoned. You think the poison is your ally? I was born in the poison. I was molded by it. I should have named this Arcanine Bane from the Dark Knight. Doing the most work, killing another thing with that Rapid Spin, or with the Fire Spin strat. So good. And now I go into Cragley, and he finally predicts me and goes for the Icicle Spear. I could have stayed in with Arcanine and just killed the Mamoswine right here and pretty much just won the game, but my WinCon Keldeo is still there. So at this point, we're in a very good situation. I let my Cragley go down. I just go for the taunt so that he can't get up like rocks or something. But I go into Pawnee, and at this point, I can just click Scald for a while. And he goes into Jules Santana, and Jules cannot really take the Scald that well. It's an easy 2-hit KO, especially after Toxic and Rocks. So I can just sit here and click Scald for basically the rest of my life. I think brilliant play by him to bring Sunny Day. He brought it specifically for my Hippowdon or my Meowstic that would have Rain Dance. He brought it to counteract that. So smart. So smart. So Jules is able to get this up, and now I can't win this stall fest. I can no longer win this stall fest. And I could have stayed in and kept, I do go for the Scald, and he's able to live. I am scarfed, so I know that I can kill this thing. I might have said Specs earlier, but I know for sure I'm scarfed. I'm pretty sure that I said Specs earlier, but I'm definitely scarfed. Yeah, that probably makes a big difference. But yeah, so I just stay in and I click Scald over and over again. I kill the Rotom Heat. He has Jules and he has Mamoswine left. I predict him to go for the Morning Sun. For the Sunny Day, and I switch into Maddie because I knew that Maddie would be able to take it. And he honestly sacks the game right there by going for knockoff. And I just didn't click Scald again. He was basically giving up, basically sitting there giving up, and I didn't take it. But here I go for Fire Spin. To trap it in, to do some additional damage and let Toxic hopefully kill this thing. So I could have and probably should have Morning Sunned up, but I keep going for Iron Head to try to get max damage so that this thing can die to Iron Head, Toxic, and all of that shenanigans. I'm just trying to get him to finally die to all of this stuff, but his Prankster Recover is so annoying. I'm down to 2%, and he's going to be at 12%, and now I could have gone for something that would have killed, I could have gone for the Morning Sun and then just one right there, but I didn't, so Arcanine's going to go down, and now at this point, I'm thinking to myself, if he comes in, and he Prankster Recovers, and he gets up enough health where he can live a Scald if he Prankster Sunny Days the next turn, then he can stall me out forever. Like literally forever, and I can just have this championship that's so close to, like, it's right on my fingertips. I can feel my second Indigo League of Legends championship. It's right there, but that Sunny Day Sableye could be keeping me from being the champion. So I click play. He comes in and Rocks does 12%. We are Indigo League of Legends Season 3 champions, and it feels so good. You don't understand how good it feels to win this league. It was so hard. We had so many down times this season. We started out 3-0. We lost to Lance. We lost to Necro. We lost to Wamar. We got upset by Wamar. We lost to Connor. We had 4 losses in the regular season. 4 regular season losses. Barely made it into the playoffs. And we turned it around completely. I team planned harder than I've ever team planned in my life. I really feel like it. It mattered a lot. I feel like I don't play better than my opponent the majority of the time. I feel like the one thing that's going to be able to make me win these is to team plan harder than them and to want it more. And god damn it, I wanted it so badly this year. I don't think I've ever wanted to win anything more in my life than that first week. And to recap, the whole playoff experience was just crazy, man. So week 1 of the playoffs, we faced Shiny Miranok, who was the #1 seed in our division, I believe. I believe the #1 seed. Maybe it was Omar. I can't remember, but he might have been the #1 seed on our side of the league. And it literally came down to him not being Scarf Tar and me not getting para'd. I had a paralyzed Florges, and if I get paralyzed, I lose the game, and if I don't get paralyzed, I win the game. And we just happened to not get paralyzed. It was destiny, man. This season was destiny, and so many people, I didn't know this many people even cared about this league. So many people said I couldn't win. I was bringing dual weather. They were right during the regular season. I lost. I shouldn't have lost to Lance. I shouldn't have lost to Omar. I shouldn't have lost to Connor. I shouldn't have lost to Necro, but guy, I can never be mad losing to that guy. That guy's awesome. But god, it feels so good. It feels so good. This team, this group of Pokemon that we took with us into this season, they were special, man. They They had an answer every single time. Every single time we got down. Even in the championship. The championship match epitomizes our season, right? So we get paired a couple times with Arcanine when we're making really good plays. Like I brought the counter Skarmory versus Lance's Mega Gyarados because I knew that I had Sturdy. I didn't know that Mold Breaker went through Sturdy, and so we lost. I basically getting paired. I mean, not basically. That was my fault. But then we go against Wilmar, and he gets Tailwind Suicune, and jank shit happens. We min roll, and we get crit by Mega Blastoise. But we powered through it. We came in, we killed the Blastoise. We came back, we beat Wilmar in the playoffs. So many things. We barely killed a Sableye at the end off of Rocks. Rocks did 12%. Barely killed the Sableye at the end off of Rocks. And we barely beat Shiny Marinok in the championship. It feels so good. I can't say, like, I can't express it into words how awesome this season has been, and I can't wait for next season to try to defend my title. I'm the only 2-time champion in Indigo League of Legends history. The Pokemon that you see on the screen right now, Pony, is going to be our franchise tag Mon. We're not franchise tagging Mega Charizard. That's too obvious. Like, not that I'm trying to play into, like, oh, well, I'm just going to pick it because it's not obvious. Like, it wouldn't be... I want a new team. And Keldeo... Man, Keldeo's going to do the same thing every single year. Like, you can prepare for Keldeo all you want, but he's just good. He's just going to apply offensive pressure. He's going to do the same thing every week. He's just going to be there. He's the Rock. He's a staple, and so he's going to be with us next season. I'm going to try to get some artwork done of this team so that we can hold this team together. I'll probably do another video where we go through and we just talk about like what all the Pokemon did all season and stuff like that, because they mean so much. Like, no joke, this team was so much fun and so good. We had freaking Hippowdon and the Sand Crew we had Ferrothorn at the beginning of the year who we traded off, but he's a part of this, man. He got us some wins. With Stoutland, we had Shaman. Shaman didn't come in the championship, but god damn, Shaman was clutch. Shaman was so good. All season long, Shaman was clutch. Just put in work every single week that Shaman came in. Every single week, Shaman did something. Every single week. Charizard X, man, he was our Prince Fielder. He had a bunch of home runs, but at the end of the day, he's just not going to be with us next season. But he did so much. Love him. Tornadus T came in late, and this set that I brought was so freaking fire this week, but it didn't work. Speaking of fire, my boy Arcanine coming through with the clutchest of clutch Fire Spin and Toxic combo. So good, and he did so much work. Meowstic, man. One thing I loved about this season was the Pokemon that I drafted in the late rounds, like Kabutops, which I'll go over in a second. Kabutops and Meowstic and Stoutland, they all put in so much work. Week 1, Stoutland swept 6. Like, he literally got 5 kills week 1. Stoutland went off. Week 2, against Isaiah, Assault vested Kabutops won us that game because of what he did against the Talonflame and what he did against, I forget what the other Pokemon was. He won us that game. Meowstic set up the rain, won us a playoff game. He did so much work. All those last 3 Pokemon showed the most, and we definitely got the most bang for our buck when it comes to those. Aselgor didn't do a whole lot this season, but actually, that's a lie. Aselgor was the main reason we were able to do the greatest sweep of all time and sweep Johnny Diesel with Belly Drum, man. He had... Alright, so I don't know if you guys watched it, but it's one of the hypest things I have ever done in a Pokemon battle. We subbed up on a Porygon 2's Thunder Wave, and the Porygon 2 then wanted to stand and break our sub with a Tri-Attack, so we encored him into T-Wave on our sub. So then we Agility'd, and then we Baton Passed that Agility into Charizard, so we had a Baton Pass, so we had an Agility and a sub Baton Pass to our Charizard. Charizard then belly drums. Oh my god, just crazy, dude, just absolutely crazy. And it was just so much fun working with all these Pokemon all year. I hope you guys are excited for next season. All the new graphics, I'll be back better than ever, and I cannot wait for next season, man. I'm so happy. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time. Fucking Season 3 champions. Let's fucking go.